All right, joining us for a chat is Claudia Chender, leader of the NDP here in Nova Scotia. Claudia, thanks for joining the show, as always.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so a few things I want to get to. First off, I want to talk about this long-promised Nova Scotia Loyal program offering rewards for buying local. The government announced that its promised program to encourage people to buy local will award points only at Sobeys grocery stores and the Provincial Liquor Corporation. The province's two retail partnerships will be part of a $6 million Loyal program, along with an enhanced program, procurement policy, and special branding to showcase Nova Scotia products at a variety of shops across the province. What's your takeaway on this?
We're millions of dollars into a campaign promise, and no one can quite figure out what we've gotten for it yet, Todd. I think the announcement yesterday was, to many people who have some hope in this, quite a disappointment. I think, we've been pushing to modernize the procurement policy to recognize Nova Scotia businesses and producers for a long time. So I think that small step is appreciated. But the rest of it is frankly embarrassing. I mean, I think, yes, we want to buy local. We want to support in particular our local farmers who are really struggling right now. But people are also very concerned about affordability. And, if you've read the news or looked around in the last year, a lot of the, I think, blame for the super inflated price of groceries is the national grocery chains. Mm-hmm. And we've had, hearings at the federal level. We understand that. And so this points program that was supposed to be run by the government, redeemable in their campaign promise for government goods and services, is now essentially a giveaway of all of our personal information to a national grocery chain. When I think, my understanding is that there's very little evidence that those kind of rewards programs actually incentivize specific purchasing. So I'm not sure what to say other than, more giveaways to friends and donors of this government. That's the pattern of behavior that we've seen. But I think it's a disappointment for people who really care about our local food sector.
All right. So are they displays that when you walk into Sobeys, there's going to be a large display aisle that says these are all the products that are part of this program, and if you purchase these products, you get points? I don't get how this works.
I don't either, Todd, and I think we'll be watching to see that. I mean, certainly anything that incentivizes people to buy local products is a good thing. And Sobeys already does have some of those displays, and that's a good thing. Whether that is something that warrants investment to the tunes of millions of dollars to a national grocery chain that is, quite solvent, to say the least, is a real head scratcher to me. I don't know how it will work. I'm not convinced that it will make a difference. And I think it's been the focus of essentially a huge marketing campaign by government to show that they're doing something. But we've had some version of this for a really long time. We had Nova Scotia Select. That was in the Rodney McDonald days. We have Taste of Nova Scotia. We have these things. So this is sort of a poor reinvention of the wheel as far as I can tell, but we'll have to see what it looks like when it rolls out.
When is it going to roll out? What's the timeline?
I've read the same press releases that you have. Yeah. My sense is I think sometime soon, but they've been saying that for 3 years. So, I'm not sure. Certainly, I think, people will be looking for it. But as I say, I think this is a bit of a nothing announcement. I think the procurement piece is good. I think they didn't talk about some work that they did with the farmers markets, which we've been advocating for a long time. And I think it's crucial, actually. But as far as the giveaway to Sobeys, I'm sure they've already started writing the checks. I have no idea when we'll see the displays.
Well, sure. Sobeys has nothing to lose. It's great for them. They get in the headlines. It gets people in the store. Then people, while they're there, if they do happen to buy local and somehow are incentivized, it's points that do they flow through Sobeys cash registers?
Exactly.
I mean, in the end, this is ridiculous.
It is. It's a giveaway to a national grocery chain when we know that national grocery chains have essentially been profit taking throughout the pandemic and beyond during what is, for my generation, an unprecedented cost of living crisis. And so it's tone deaf, to say the least, that this government, who I think has been under a lot of pressure to address the cost of living, has chosen to roll out a program in this way, essentially giving millions of dollars to a national grocery chain. It defies belief, honestly.
Okay, on the procurement side of things, the procurement policy for businesses competing for government contracts under which Nova Scotian companies will be awarded the tender if they come within 10% of the leading bid from a non-Nova Scotian business. You say that you think that this has got some validity to it, this program?
I think it does. I think there's lots of trade issues. So if you read the fine print on that one, I think it's only contracts up to like $100,000. They're not huge contracts. I'm not sure the exact amount, but they're essentially small ticket items. I think anything that incentivizes government procurement of local goods and services is a good thing, particularly when it comes to food. I mean, you and I have talked about this in other contexts, but we are a very food insecure place, partly right now because of affordability, but also because of production. Our farmers are going out of business. And we have not figured out how to fix the Isthmus of Chignecto. And, we are going to be in big trouble as climate change continues to quicken and as we, have to figure out how to feed ourselves with strained supply chains. So anything that can help us to build a resilient economy here that can, within reason, prioritize local producers, I think is a really good thing. We need to pay attention to our own economy. But I think, this is a small step in that direction and something, as I said, we've been pushing for years.